Hello everybody, how is it going? So, as you can see on the screen right now, we have our £100 in the account finally. And you can also see that there's an additional 89 pence. Now I'm going to explain to you right now how I got that. I know what you're thinking, James, 89 pence is nothing. I agree with you. However, as you may know from last video, we started trading with £10 on the account, which means 89 pence is nearly 10%, it's 8.9%. Of an increase based on what we were trading. Now, I'm going to try and explain what it is that I did to actually make that 8.9%, and then we shall then we'll sort of see if we can make another investment, because I have an idea as to something that I'm going to do. And let me show you this here. So, as you can see here, this was where I put in the £90. That was this morning. But here you can see 6:28 in the morning, we had a position close for 8 pence. 4:01 in the morning, we had a position close for 16 pence, and then we had 33 pence and 31 pence from two other positions closing, and they were all, if you notice, they were all on take profits being triggered. So what we're going to do is we're going to look at each of these, and I'm going to explain basically what my thought process was. Now we've got our lines in, you can see here, this is the clear line of resistance that I would have set based on this point here, which was on the 11th of September. And this point here actually was on the 12th of September as well. So I would have been basing it on these 3 points here, this one, and this one for the resistance. And for the support, it's this point here and these points here. Now, it's obvious that it didn't want to dip below this point, and so I would have set the sell price just below the this line of resistance here. So it would have at 6 o'clock this morning, just about there, this candlestick would have just spiked above where this resistance was, and we would have made the profit there. So this was US 500. Now we've still got our lines in here, so we should be able to see. This was at 4:01 in the morning that we made a profit, so that was around here. So it was in this sort of spike up that it was at this green bar here, I believe, that it probably hit our threshold for our take profits. So as you can see from where I invested, what did I buy at? I bought at 4481. 4481. So it was a very, very small amount actually, but we managed to get to a point where our take profits triggered. These two are the bigger ones. So by 14 natural gas. So natural gas here, I took this as a line of resistance and this as a line of resistance. So this is where we bought, and then it made it up to a point where we took 33 pence profit, which would have been some point below this level of resistance here. What I'm observing here is we didn't set our take profit. Oh, this is on the 4-hour graph. I mean, it shouldn't really matter. You could just see it in a bit more detail here, but you can see it spiked up even further. We considered where the level of resistance was from this spike and this spike, and we underestimated where we were going to take our profits at. So we probably took our profits somewhere around here in this region, and it's actually spiked beyond there. So there was potentially missed opportunities there, but it's not the end of the world, because we're just learning at the moment. We're not in any rush to make, you know, loads of profits. We're not desperate. And then GBP USD. So here we made 33 pence on this. Now this was when was this? Oh, this was on the 12th. Okay, so this was actually the close position from last video. This triggered the take profit that I had set, where we made 31 pence. So I've already briefly done an analysis on this particular graph, and why I put my resistance where I did, why I put my support lines where I did, and my reasoning for buying. So that's essentially how we've amalgamated our 89 pence. I believe there was also one other trade where I just made 1p because it was a not worthwhile trade overall. And so I just thought, well, you know, I'm not going to lose money from it. So as soon as it spikes up a little bit, I'll just get out of the trade. So we made 1p from that. In total, that equates to, well, we've got 31, 64, 80, 88, and then the 1p from the other trade to make 89. That's where our 89 pence came from. So now we have an opportunity. So let me just get something up. I want to show you this. The iPhone 15, right? We can speed through checkout on the 15th of September, starting at 1 p.m. Now, as you can see here, it's currently the 14th of September, so it's almost 24 hours before the launch of the pre-order of the iPhone 15. Now, with my understanding of how stocks work, I would suggest that there are going to be some people, firstly, I would expect that there are going to be a lot of people wanting this phone for a couple of reasons. One, it's the new iPhone. Apple, they always make a lot of sales. And I know that's not really standing on anything. That's just me going, yeah, okay, it's Apple, so they're probably going to make a lot of sales. With this phone in particular, though, there is something specific that I think the general population would go, actually, that, you know, I see more value in this phone than another phone. So if we just progress through this page, look, you can see here what's in the box. You get an iPhone 15 and a USB-C charging cable. Now, anyone who understands cabling knows that a USB-C is significantly more usable in the grand scheme of things than the lightning cables that they were using before. And, you know, people already have USB-C charging cables. They're capable of charging faster. I'm far from, you know, knowledgeable in the industry, but I know that the USB-C charging cable is actually going to be quite a big thing that people are looking forward to. So given that, I would suggest that there's going to be quite a lot of people wanting this phone. Not just that, but, you know, as I say, Apple are going to make sales anyway, but that's just another feature that's an additional incentive for people to want the phone. Now, given that, let's have a look at the Apple stock. And you can see here on the 1 month basis, it did very well, like over the past, well, from January to August, and then August to September, it's just been spiking down. It's been taking a bit of a tank, which is unfortunate. Now, what I'm thinking is, it's at a low point, a pretty low point at the moment in comparison to where it's been for the past couple of months. And as you can see, this is on the 1 month chart, and there's a general uptrend, right? And so we can expect it to continue going up. Like the general support is going to be more than the resistance, I would suggest. And so if we have a look on the 1 hour chart, here's like the spike down in September that we can see here. What about 1 day? Yeah, you can see again, spike down, spike down. Like it's going down at the moment. Now, given that, we've got potentially an opportunity here. And this isn't based on my knowledge or understanding of stocks. This is based on my knowledge or understanding of businesses. Now, obviously, if a business makes more sales, then they have more money that in theory they could give to their investors or, you know, put into the stock price of their, you know, product, of their company even. And then if they've got a higher stock price, then obviously it's going to encourage future investors to invest, which allows them to take that money and use it for whatever they want. So what I'm thinking is, if we've got just over 24 hours before people can start to pre-order the iPhone, this is going to be a less short-term day trading thing and more of this could take a couple of days. But I'm expecting that there's going to be some sort of spike here in Apple's what's it called, in Apple's stock. So now let's apply what we already know, which is very minimal. I will give you that. However, we can put in our resistance. You've clearly got some resistance up here. We can put in some support. We've got some support down here. And we've also got some support around this level here, you can see it sort of touches there and there. And so what I'm thinking is we're already more or less at this level of support. So if we were to make it up to this level of resistance, which I don't think is unreasonable to expect given the short-term future of Apple as a company, I think we're looking at $174 per share to $190 per share. That's $15 per share increase. Now, I think that that is going to be something to capitalize on, and I also think that there's an incentive for this to break the level of resistance. I think that that's a real opportunity that might happen. So I'm thinking I'm gonna put some money into Apple based on the future of Apple as a company now, or based on the short-term future. Now, just because I have this idea and I think it's brilliant and I've got more money on the account now because I've transferred some money over, doesn't mean that I want to start spending. Like, even this amount here is probably more than I want to be spending. I don't know if I can buy 0.25, can I? Oh, that's 25, huh? 0.25. Okay, I can't do 0.25, but I can do 0.2, which we're talking about £5.60, which is more than in most cases I would want to put into a trade, because I'm trying to limit each individual trade to about £5 at the moment, just while I'm learning. That being said, I think I have a level of confidence in this, so I'm happy to put that sort of money in. Now, I'll take profit. So if we come out of this for a second, as I said, it could reach the level of resistance up here, or it could, in theory, go beyond it. Now, what I'm thinking is it actually possible? Because I saw a strategy. That's two different buy orders. Okay, never mind. Because what I was thinking is I could let it get to this point, sell 50% shares, and then see if it will go any further up from there. But I think for the time being, given where this is at, it's clearly hitting the resistance here, and it might come back down to retest this, or it's clearly hitting the level of support here. It might come back down to test this level of support, but I don't foresee in the next day it going below about 172. So I'm going to set my stop loss at 172, and I'm going to set my take profits at, I don't want to be greedy and say too much, but I don't think it's unreasonable to expect something like this. So I'm going to just verbally, I'm going to say I think it will break $190 per share. Possibly 200. It really depends on how well the phone does when it releases. But I'm thinking for the time being, I'm going to set my take profits at around maybe, let's say 182.5. So if we get Apple here, we'll buy 0.2 shares, which is actually less now by 1 penny, which is brilliant. So we reckon that we're going to set our take profit. So let's set this to 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, about 8. Okay, 8.02. Yeah, that's fine. Let's set it at 183 because we can get to that dead on. So that's £1.36 increase. Now our stop loss, I think I wanted to set it at no more than 172. So what if we say 2.5? That's more or less right. So here we're looking at potentially 40 pence lost and £1.36 gained. Now this is improving our ratios from the other day. So hopefully we won't drop below this level. I'm going to put in the money and we're going to see how it operates. We're going to hope for the best, because at the end of the day, there are methods that you can apply, but within some capacity, as they say in the Wolf of Wall Street film, it's very difficult to know where a stock's actually going to go. They use different terms, but I'm going to use those terms. So given that, I think I'm going to place this buy order and we're going to just let it be. because we could lose 40 pence, which wouldn't be brilliant. That's what, about 10%, just less than 10% of the amount of money we've invested. But we could stand to make £1.36, which if we're investing £5.60, that's going to be what, an additional 20% on top. Now that would be brilliant. Now you might be wondering, why is it that I'm putting this money in today and not tomorrow? And my answer to that, honestly, is I don't know specifically, but I could try to justify it. So I'm going to try and justify it now. And then if anyone has any objections to that justification, please let me know in the comments down below. I'm always interested to see what your guys' opinions are on my decisions, because at the end of the day, as I've said before, and I'll say it again, I'm just here to learn. I'm looking to understand the market in a better way. And so if you guys would have approached it differently, please let me know how you would have done that, and I might be able to take that on board and apply it to future videos, which then you guys can see. So we've got here this level of resistance, or support, sorry. It looks like this is the only time it's broken this level of support, and it did actually bounce straight back up, because obviously there was the support there. And then from this level of support, it just proceeded to go up again. And then you had like this power play upwards, and then same conversely. But even then, it didn't come close to this level of support here. And this is just our top level of support. Then we had some success, and then a bit of a spike down, which is unfortunate. But then again, we retested this. We retested this level of support here, and again it just went straight back up, because this level of support appears to be strong. That's what I'm perceiving from this. I think whenever Apple stock tests this level of support, it just goes, yeah, no, we definitely want to be buying at this point. And so people will buy. And you can see here you've got the candlesticks sort of make little hammer shapes, or well, this here, for example, this candlestick just here, it's, this is the lowest it went at that point, but buyers, they bought and bought and bought, and it sort of created this shape here, which then actually spiked it up because the buyers took control of the market. And then you can see it actually had a bit of success, then it had a little spike down, and a spike down again. It's unfortunate, but notice how it gets to this point where it's testing the resistance and it's still not. Yep, I agree. It would have been nice if I finished that sentence, but fortunately for us, my camera footage decided to corrupt. So basically what I'm getting at is I think the Apple stock is going to increase over the next 24 hours or so, and probably progressively more afterwards, while the sales start to, actually take off. So realistically, I'm probably going to keep this in for about 2 days, unless of course we hit our take profits early. But I hope you guys have enjoyed today's video. If you have, please share it with a friend to try and educate them, or again, just laugh at the dude that has no clue what he's on about. And please feel free to support the channel in any way you see fit. If you think that's commenting and telling me that I'm an idiot and telling me why I'm an idiot, then I will take something from that regardless. If that's liking, that's brilliant. That helps push the video more. It helps us get more reach, which means eventually everyone will be able to see how much of an idiot I am, or potentially maybe one day I won't be an idiot because I'll have learned enough from you guys. But that is entirely in your guys' hands, so any support is appreciated. I hope you have enjoyed today's video, and I hope you have a good time trading in the future. Good luck, and I will speak to you tomorrow.